Rural Development Sri Sisibhushan Kumarji, Dr. P. Krishna Garu, Chairman, Andhra Pradesh Pollution Control Board, Sri Muchal Raj Garu, Commissioner, AP State Institute of Rural Development and Panchayat Raj, and Sri Nishant Kumarji, the trailblazer to develop a sustainable water source, the Collector District Magistrate of Annamaya District, who pivoted the project Jaladhara in a chronically drought-prone area, Annamaya District through convergent and basin-based water conservation, and made the district record in the groundwater rise of 8.59 meters in 5 months, revival of 962 minor irrigation tanks, and recharge of 20,000 defunct bowels, and had a combined economic impact across various sectors of rural and urban economy. On this occasion, I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations, and as you have become the trailblazer to all of us, Sri Nishant Kumarji, we wholeheartedly congratulate you. And I also extend my warm greetings and sincere appreciation to all other dignitaries, domain experts, scientists and professors from National Environmental Engineering Research Institute, National Institute of Hydrology, IIT Tirupati, Andhra University, National Ground Water Department and State Ground Water Department, and state government officials from various departments, and all esteemed participants present in this workshop. The reason we have initiated this workshop, long back when we were a few weeks back when we were having a meeting with Principal Secretary Sri Sisibhushanji. So we want to explore how to increase the groundwater level, and that's how, from that discussion only, this workshop emerged out. So we are here to reflect on something that sustains every life, every village and every future, which is water. In a state like ours, Andhra Pradesh, we have been blessed with mighty rivers like Godavari, Krishna, Pennar, Vamsadhara and Nagavali. And it has been always a land of where water shapes its civilization, agriculture and economy. These rivers have nourished our fields, sustained rural livelihoods, and driven the growth of our state for generations. Yet today, despite this natural wealth, we are faced with a critical challenge, not just of water availability, but of ensuring its sustainability and the quality for the future. Ensuring safe, reliable and sustainable drinking water for every rural household is not just a developmental goal, it is our collective responsibility towards future generations. As our ancient Indian wisdom reminds us, water is life, jalame jeevam. A timeless truth that continues to guide our approach even today. Rural water supply systems are facing multiple and emerging challenges. Groundwater depletion, declining surface water sources, contamination and lack of effective monitoring mechanisms have become serious concerns that need urgent attention. Nearly 70 to 80% of pollution in rivers and canals is caused by untreated urban sewage, industrial effluents and agricultural runoff. Even in water-rich regions, water quality is deteriorating, particularly due to unregulated activities such as aquaculture without proper drainage systems. That's the reason why we have invited Sri Krishna Garu, who is the chairman for Andhra Pradesh Pollution Control Board, to be a part of it, to understand, to take your valuable inputs. Especially in tribal and high altitude areas, natural springs which were once reliable sources of drinking water are gradually drying up during summer months. This calls for focused interventions like spring shed rejuvenation to ensure sustainable water supply. It is also observed that some rural water supply systems were implemented without identifying dependable and sustainable sources, leading to non-functional systems. This highlights the importance of scientific planning and evidence-based source identification. We must strengthen technical capacity, adopt modern tools, and establish standardized protocols. Equally important is community participation, and sustainable water management cannot be achieved without people's involvement. This workshop assumes great significance in the context of Jal Jeevan Mission 2.0, which now focuses on long-term water security and sustainable service delivery. In this regard, I acknowledge the vision of the Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji and the guidance of the Honorable Union Minister for Jal Shakti Sri C.R. Patil ji, I also convey my regards to the Honorable Chief Minister Sri Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu for prioritizing sustainable water management in the state. Aligned with these efforts, the government of Andhra Pradesh has launched a 100-day water conservation drive from 6th April to 14th July 2026, focusing on groundwater recharge, rainwater harvesting, and aquifer management, and with active community participation. As our traditional wisdom teaches us, Prakriti Samatulyate Jivanadhara. Balance of nature is the foundation of life. Protecting our water resources is central to maintaining that balance. Let this workshop be a platform for actionable outcomes. I request all participants, all the eminent individuals and erudites here in the chosen fields, I request you all to actively engage, share experiences, and contribute practical solutions. Together, let us ensure sustainable water sources and safe drinking water for every rural household. Today, I would like to take all your thoughts and advices. I'll make sure it will be implemented. It will take that spirit to achieve what is the actionable. We will make sure that it will be achievable, and we'll make sure it will be implemented at the ground level. We'll make sure that people will be great participants in this. As a Deputy Chief Minister and Panchayat Raj, Head of Panchayat Raj Minister, definitely I'll, whatever the idea, whatever the suggestion you give us, it will be very keenly followed, it will be duly known, it will be keenly noted, and I'll make sure whatever the actionable plan you give us, I'll make sure that it will be implemented at the grassroots level. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I would like to take a moment to emphasize that our Honorable Chief Minister and Honorable Deputy Chief Minister are deeply committed to singular and noble mission, bringing clean and safe and sustainable drinking water to every household in the state. Thank you, sir. So now I request Sri Nishant Kumar, IAS Collector, and District Minister Annamaya, who has done a success story on drought resilience, Jaladhara. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
A very good morning to all the participants in this workshop. My regards to Special CS Panchayati Raj and Rural Development, Shri Shashibhushan sir. My heartiest regard to Honorable Deputy CM, State of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Pawan Kalyan sir, and senior engineers of RWS department, senior officials of the Panchayati Raj department, and this Panchayati Raj Training Institute. I feel truly it's a privilege for me that I'm standing here in front of this August gathering, and I'm able to talk about the initiative which we have done in the district. So I'll start the presentation. I'll just go with the slides, and if any doubts in between, I'll really welcome you all to please ask. I'm actually a law graduate. I'm not a engineering background. Sir. Sir, I'll try my best, sir. Last few days we have been actually working on the real practical SOP part of it under guidance of Chief Secretary, sir. So I also had the, opportunity to take a part in the geo drafting, which has come out well. I think most of the practical steps have been incorporated. I'll try to put it before the gathering. So, sir, this is Project Jaladhara. Now I'll start with the a statement that Jaladhara for us was not an innovative practice to show anywhere. It's not a new initiative which as a collector I would like to do. It's a question of survival for the district. It's such a steep, such a challenging, daunting task in front of the district administration. Yes, sir. So now why I make this statement, this is the situation in the district when I joined in the district on September 14th, 2025. Uh, the district is, yes, district is marked with a chronic drought situation. If there are participants from outside the state, Annamai is a district located in southern Andhra Pradesh, landlocked on all sides. It is in the rain shadow region for both southwestern monsoon as well as northeastern monsoon. It is quite far away from coastal side, from Karnataka coast as well as the Nellore coast side. So the average annual rainfall is 74 centimeter. This will be close to some of the districts located in Thar Desert. So they also get around 50 to 60 centimeter rainfall. Ours is 74. However, quite erratic. Sometimes it's not evenly distributed. Sometimes it will rain a lot in 1 month. Lot of surface runoff. It cannot be stored. It cannot be utilized anything. And if any standing crops are there, due to more quantity of rainfall in short duration, there will be a lot of crop loss. So uneven distribution of rainfall, that's why we are saying erratic rainfall creates more problem than benefiting the district. Then declining groundwater level. When I joined, the groundwater level was around 15 meter. That causes number of problems which sometimes we cannot imagine. One, there's huge burden on the women population to fetch drinking water, to get secure water for the household needs. That is the human cost of it. There's huge burden on the department to ensure that at least minimum 40 to 50 LPCD water liter per capita per day is provided to the population. There's cost involved in transportation of this water. Third, which sometimes we do not realize, every day there are negative news article which dents the image of government and machinery every day. Now this causes a very, very severe problem. Slowly the machinery, the reputation erodes. Every third day there are, photos of women standing with empty buckets, empty vessels, asking for water. When we went around we had 30 mandals that time. This time from January the district has been reorganized. We are now 25, but 30 mandals, 19 were drought declared. For third point, which is most starkingly, the challenge before the district administration, which has to be addressed, 40% area only is sown area, 60% land left fallow. So whatever is the normal area in Kharif season 2025-26, you have only 40% land being sown, 60% is left fallow. That will again cause a problem next year because soil quality, soil moisture, soil organic content, all three will decline drastically if a land is left fallow for 1 year. So there is going to be a cascading effect on the soil health also over a period of year if the land is left fallow. Now this sparks another crisis, which is migration. You will have a lot of population going to Bangalore, Hyderabad in search of some basic livelihood because they are not able to cultivate lands. You will find farmers who are having 6 acres, 5 acres land, but they are working as a daily wage construction labor in Bangalore, working as security guards in malls of Bangalore, or doing plumber or some very menial cleaning, housekeeping jobs in Hyderabad hotels. So that becomes there's a huge economic and human cost involved due to this migration. So that was the very striking first challenge which I encountered after landing in the district in September 2025. And as I said, around 230 habitations require transportation. More than 60 habitations will require transportation throughout the year. There have been years in 2023-24, like 12 months a year. Transportation, only tanker is the source. Whenever public will see a tanker, they will all come running, women, children, men, everybody. So this is a very starking, very challenging situation, very alarming situation in the month of September, which we encountered. Now, how to tackle it? The only way to tackle a drought, maybe the answer which first comes to mind is the irrigation project, bringing water from outside, because it's a low rainfall area. So yield in the district, the availability of water itself is quite low. Now, how do you tackle it? Either you wait for the irrigation projects to be completed. Yes, HNSS main canal does pass through our district, but it may take some more time. Around 300 crores, 350 crores are required to complete the work. Two major reservoirs are almost formed, but not connected with the main canal now. Now the government is going to take it. But executing major projects require time, and that time is costing in enormous ways. I mean, there may be more number of adverse impact on government with every single day. So how do we tackle it? We sat with all the stakeholder departments. Now, water is such a thing that touches all the primary sector departments: agri, horti, animal husbandry, sericulture, any department related to primary sector. Irrigation is the main provider department. DWAMA, District Water Management Agency, is another very key stakeholder, but surprisingly I have seen, from POITD onwards, that generally MGNRES and irrigation people never sit together. Rare circumstance only they sit together, and functioning wise the integration is, sir. So why these two departments do not sit together when the ultimate objective towards which you are working towards water management. One has ample supply of labor, one has provision to do machinery works. Why you are not sitting together? That was one very a point which came to me. So we made a district convergence committee comprising all the departments. Now water resource department, I can assure you, you will not be able to, like a lot of people who work in the district, even after completing 1.5 year, they will not know how many people are there in water resource department. There is major irrigation project, medium irrigation projects, minor irrigation projects. Each project has separate AEs, AE, DE, SC. So SC HNSS will not talk to SC minor irrigation. SC Veligallu project will be different person who has a different hierarchy, who does not speak to HNSS. While it may be true that HNSS water may be coming to this Veligallu medium irrigation project as well. Sir, you were in Kadapa collector. Yeah, sir. It's in Galividu Mandal, sir. Sir. So, there are so many, there's a huge manpower available in irrigation department, but there's some lack of linking, integrating their functioning. Medium, major irrigation projects, everybody will have AE, DE, superintending engineer, executive engineer. Minor irrigation will have so many subdivisions. If any, there are senior officers also, please try to assess how many subdivisions are there in minor irrigation department in your district. As POITD Rampa Chodvaram, when I had the district, I had 3 Ds and 7 As. And if you see the workload, I could not find a single paper coming from them to POITD or collector for almost 2 years. So once you assess how many As are available in the district, you will find that they are much more well endowed in terms of manpower compared to PR engineering wing. There will be number of As will be more only compared to PR engineering wing. While PR engineers are gasping for breath, they are always running around. There is so much work pressure. There is so much information to be given to the head office. AE irrigations, if it's a major project, if no work is going on in canal or headworks, generally they will have only one work, that is to monitor water level in the reservoir. Except that, not much workload. So now how to tap this manpower? We, in the new reorganized district system, we have a district water resource senior superintending engineer has been nominated as district water resource officer. But mandal level, is there any structure? You have a CO Zilla Parishad, you have district development officer or DLDO. Mandal level, you have MPDO. Similarly, for revenue department, you have a revenue divisional officer or sub-collector. Mandal level Tehsildar, district level collector and joint collector. But what is the mandal level functioning unit for water resources? We could not find any. That has to be set up. That institutional mechanism has to be made. So we made sure that all the A's in the district were listed out, one AE, one mandal. Whether you are a major irrigation project AE, minor irrigation project AE, take responsibility for one mandal. You are a nodal AE, you are mandal water resource officer. That's the change we brought in the institutional setup. Then we started using a lot of tools for scientific planning. Like if you see a satellite imagery of a river, you'll be able to very easily figure out the dried up tanks which are nearby the river, which can be very easily connected to the stream or river. So this is one Cheyuru river that is a tributary river for Penna. Now this crosses through Rajampeta and Kodur constituency. This crosses through Rajampeta Kodur constituency, and if we see the satellite imagery, we can see Mannur tank, Lebaka tank, which are quite close to it. And if we can clear some of the feeder channels, we can ensure that through overflow, whatever is extra water going to Penna, we can somehow fill it. Challenges I did. So the challenge here is if we see the satellite imagery, if we see the lot of rivers will have dried up tanks near the rivers. Now, if we can physically clear these feeder channels which can connect a river to the nearby tank, because historically if we see, if there is a tank, at some point there must be water. So how that water came? That must have come from that river, which is the lost feeder channel. Either it has been covered with bushes, or somebody has encroached, or some rocks have fallen over a period of time, or it has fallen in disuse slowly by dumping of garbage, debris, mining waste. A lot of places we found that mining waste was being dumped unscientifically on the side, which was causing blockages to the feeder channel. So at some point this Mannur tank, which we can see, there's no provision to zoom it, sir. This is the tank, sir. In satellite image, it's clearly visible, the tank is there, sir. With this arrow we can see, this is the tank, this is another tank nearby. So how this water can be brought here is
Any physical construction, ma'am? Any constructions were there? Right?
No, sir, physical construction was not there, sir. Bushes, debris, silt.
When you say debris, what does it mean? Apart
Sir,
from mining debris?
Sir, a lot of time illegal gravel digging happens, sir. So illegal gravel digging చేసినప్పుడు అంత కొంత పడతా ఉంటుంది. So now these tanks were to be connected to the river. Then one more important thing which we should we sometimes fail to tap is community knowledge. Which we sometimes fail to tap is community traditional knowledge. Now community traditional knowledge, what do I mean? Once if you visit the villages, we ask the elders, a lot of them will be able to tell you that when we were of young age, we used to see that from so and so hill, a stream used to come to this tank. And this tank used to be near our village, we used to go play there. Now it has slowly stopped. Now during only eyesight inspection, it may not be visible to the Narega field assistant who prepares the estimate for labor mobilization. Somebody has to guide him by seeing a satellite imagery or asking the village elders what may be a course of channel for this tank. And then basin connectivity, that I'll explain in the next slide. So we try to make an action plan where we use community knowledge, all the departments who work towards water security, all the departments who work towards water security, this may be any wing, any department. Everybody working towards water security has to come together, sit on a table and give their ideas. So these silos have to be broken between Narega, Dwama, minor irrigation, major irrigation, medium irrigation wings. And there are a lot of scientific tools available like Aware portal, Government of Andhra Pradesh, it has a portal which can give you real-time rainfall predictions for next 5-6 days, and these are fairly accurate because they average out 2 or 3 different international models. You have a lot of satellite imagery available. You have APWRMS, Water Resource Information Management Portal, but these are not updated in some of the districts. So you have to get these updated. Once you get WRMS updated, you will have a list of tanks there. You will know which tanks are filled to what level. Some may be below 25%, some may be absolute 0%, some may be 50% to 75%. So you have WRMS portal, Aware portal, satellite imagery is available. Anybody with a paid version of Google Earth can very well take out an image, including if you just mark the tank with your fingers on the screen, it will give you the exact acreage also, whether it's 15 acre, 20 acre, 30 acre. So this was the planning we started doing at the district level, and then basic connectivity, I'll explain. Now, as collector, why can you not try linking of streams was the question. Generally, we keep hearing that state government, central government, they always talk about interlinking of rivers. When late Honorable Prime Minister Vajpayee ji was there, when I was in school, we used to hear that India wants to interlink all its major rivers. But over a period of time, slowly projects are happening. State governments also, they try to link, like government has successfully connected Godavari and Krishna rivers. Krishna river is being diverted, Krishna water flow is being sent to Rayalaseema. So why not a district collector can plan to interlink streams? Now the rivers we are talking are all order 5 as per classification. You will have a lot of order 1, 2, 3 streams also, which are generally used for sand mining. These are strong, smaller streams, Kondavagulu, hill streams, Vankalu, ilanti antaru. These are called in these local language, these kind of terms. So you will have a lot of order 1, 2, 3 stream where water flow is not throughout the year. Sometimes it comes, but when it comes, it can be tapped. It will come near monsoon season, it will come during cyclonic rainfall, and if you do not tap, it will cause loss to the nearby agriculture fields by overflowing. So what we did, every major river basin, like for example, Penna River is the major basin for Annamaya district. Below Penna River, you have 2 major tributaries, Cheyuru, Papagni. That is minor basin. Below Cheyuru minor basin, you will have 49 sub-basins which are notified in the Central Water Commission maps also. So if 49 sub-basins, if you can go to that level, below that micro basins will also be there, but I will restrict to sub-basins. Now, to explain it very crudely, take the rain gauge data, how much rain has fallen in this sub-basin area, apply any scientific formula which is known to almost all irrigation department people. Dickens formula, Dickens method is one method. Assess the water yield in the sub-basin. How much water is fallen in this sub-basin, and most of the sub-basin will have notified Aya cut. How much Aya cut is notified under that sub-basin? Aya cut, Anta Aya cut, or to that Aya cut, if we have to supply water, how much water is needed? So availability minus demand. If it is positive, it's surplus. If it's negative, it is deficit. To explain it like very simply. Now, once we started assessing, we had 49 sub-basins. We found that some were really surplus. So we found that 36 sub-basin number 36 was surplus, 35 was surplus, 43 was also surplus. Then, like I showed in the previous satellite image, what we tried, sub-basin to deficit sub-basin will transfer. Now it may have to go through 2 tanks, 3 tanks, 4 tanks. So any tank situated in sub-basin number 36 is, if all our scientific calculations are right, is likely to overflow and cause damage to the nearby fields. Connect it to the next tank, connect it to the next feeder channel to next tank, and third tank. Third tank will be in sub-basin number 38. So before it overflows, you are slowly transmitting the surplus water available in this sub-basin to the deficit sub-basin. If you superimpose deficit sub-basins on your district map, you can very well figure out which are the gram panchayats which fall in the deficit sub-basins. So you know that you have to, while doing your feeder channel works, if you try to maintain little bit gravity, I mean too much scientific work here may not be possible, but if you maintain the contour, surplus sub-basin, higher contour, this is little downside. Slowly with gravity, lot of water will flow. Now with this experiment, 2-3 of my engineers were good with it. Irrigation department engineers, we tried some places, we put machinery, we even when it was raining, we put machinery and created some cascades, linked some of the tanks to the nearby streams, and we could transmit 4 TMC of water, 3.9 TMC of water from surplus to deficit. Now 3 or 4 TMC irrigation project, if you have to construct, it takes more than 1,000 crore rupees. So 4 TMC of surplus water which would have either gone waste or would have caused damage to the standing crops, we could send it to the tanks which were empty. This is how we tried the interlinking of rivers by state central government model at our district level. Now, these are the changes which I have explained till now. What was the earlier approach? What is the change we brought? Basin planning, earlier it was not there. We started doing some surplus and deficit basin planning. Narega mandate, generally when all the collectors review, like I also done the same mistake in previous collectorship. So whenever we review Narega mandate, the only question we asked MPDO, how many persons have come for work today? Percentage, any generate chesaru, that is the only question we ask. But what is the outcome by that percentage? What is the real change? Thousands of people coming every day and digging some trenches and going. Unless something, real outcome comes out of that, I think we are not utilizing it properly. And imagine that every collector has thousands of people available, 20, 30,000 labor available at your disposal. To construct a mall, maximum 60, 70, 100 people work. If 100, 200 people work and in 1 year they can complete a mall, you have 20, 30,000 people available every day, which can be done 365 days of year. So, wonders can be achieved if you mobilize your labor and they do work on correct location. So I also realized that even though mandates was being achieved, they were not at correct location and no outcome was coming. So we had to divert that. Now tank works, generally whenever we say that Cheruvu Abhivruddhi chestam or MI tanks gurinchi pani chestam, we'll do some bund strengthening, some desilting. Some desilting will be done, some bund strengthening will be done, some tree plantation will be done on the tank bund, and we close the chapter there. And after a few days, whatever water can straight away fall into the tank, that is the only water available in the tank. So then unless you link the water, it's not going to succeed. And then institutional setup, as I told, mandal level, there's nobody from water resource department. There's absolutely nobody who can say that, yes, I take care of the water resources in the mandal. For irrigation, agriculture, somebody is there, revenue, somebody is there, panchayati raj, somebody is there. Every department, there is somebody at mandal level except water resources. So we made one AE as mandal water resource officer. Community participation must happen, should happen. Narega, it is inbuilt in the act itself. VB Ramji also inbuilt in the act. But unfortunately, most of the times not followed. Then execution efficiency. Now whatever can be done with manual labor has to be done with manual labor. And you have to identify the critical locations, which is not possible through manual labor. Now critical locations, I mean rocky terrain, number one. Huge amount of gravel which is hard in nature cannot be cleared by manual labor. These kind of locations, any kind of tree growth or bushes growth where labor cannot enter at first, that can also be pipeline. If once we clear it, the top layer, then labor can enter and very well do their work. So we have to identify such critical locations, and machinery has to be put only at critical location. I again repeat it. Lot of times collectors start discussion with their engineers and first number arrives at 10 crore rupees to start chesta hu. And then 10 crore becomes during the implementation of program 50 crore, and then everybody loses interest. So machinery work has to be extremely rarely used, but only at critical locations. And with as much efficiency you identify this critical location, more successful you will be. Now, whatever I explained, how we executed in the field, sir, like 532 cascades we identify. Cascade is water coming from any source, can be another tank or hill. It comes to a tank and goes to another. Cascade can have 2 tanks up to 10, 15, 16 also. So one after the other filling of tanks. So we identified 532 cascades which were covering around 1200 tanks in the district. We had 3082 tanks in the district, 3082. And 962 MI tanks which were blocked and lying dried for years together. I will show you examples. Some cases it was more than 4 decades. That we tried to revive. Narega, we sanctioned and executed 3,861 targeted wage works. Only wage works. This we would be doing otherwise in other parts in very isolated manner to achieve our mandate's target. But we try to identify the correct location where it is required: farm ponds, trenches, feeder channels. And as I said, water deficit panchayatilo aqua, we try to do more work in the water deficit panchayatis. Machinery works. Here you should have like very focused team who can cut down 10 lakh estimate to 1 lakh. And I, along with two of my senior engineers, two SCs, our only work was to cut down estimates. That one like very dedicated team is required to make 1 crore into 5 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh, and if you see the sanction list, nothing will exceed 3 lakh rupees. Nothing. 1.2, 1.3, 1.7. 60 works and 1 crore 73 lakhs. This we have mobilized from district level. Some old available funds we have used. We did not put budgetary burden on the state government. So if we take average, it comes around 2 lakh rupees per work. 3 lakh rupees per work. Yes, 60 locations. Yes. Now, as I said, I joined the district in September 2025. Monsoon is already over. Now, only thing you can pray is somehow some rainfall should happen. Somehow, somewhere rain should come. I worked as sub-collector Tirupati 10 years before 2016, so I know that October, November, sometimes some cyclones come. So that time also November, I think one cyclone had come. So with that, I mean, hope is not the right word, but with that anticipation. With that anticipation, we did some work. We got around 45 to 50 days after landing in the district to do something which can turn useful in month of October, November. And luckily, I mean, you know, we were praying for one cyclone, we got two cyclones. So, whatever rainfall happened, every drop almost we could catch. Some risky works were involved. Even when it was raining, we had to do the works, but there was no option because otherwise it would have gone as surface runoff in a waste manner. I think they put the old, yes. Yeah, we put the old PPT. Today morning I gave the PPT. It was morning ichina PPT ఒకసారి చూడండి. దీనిలో డేట్ ఉంటుంది 5/4 అని డేట్ ఉంటుంది ఒకసారి.
My heartfelt greetings to the Speaker of the Honorable Chief Minister, Nara Chandrababu Naidu, the Honorable Associate Ministers, the Honorable Members of the Legislative Assembly, and the people of Andhra Pradesh. Peace. Before we wholeheartedly support this resolution for a separate state capital, we would like to step back and see what happened. The formation of presidential linguistic states in India began on October 19, 1952. The sacrifice of Parishamulu, who went on a 8-day hunger strike at the age of 51, led to the formation of Andhra Pradesh and many linguistic states. Our misfortune is since it's our mistake in December, since Kurnool was made the capital on October 1, 1953. We're still wondering about the capital. Did we stay here or there? Political stability is very important for the people. I am not going to come to Hyderabad. We used to live in Chennai. The film industry was there. What we all believed was that this is our city, our Telugu state. We had our own house there. Our elder brother had his own house. And from there, we all left everything, sold it, and came to Hyderabad. There may be any reason. This is not your town, not your state. You should leave here. Politically, if you want to leave, it is only a fight between political leaders, only between legislators, between legislators, between legislators. That is, people see it differently. But on the average, every Andhra citizen, it has had its result. Impact. What struck me is that, especially since childhood, we love our country, nationalism, and grow up with these feelings. We think that we were born here without any choice, whether it is language, caste, or religion. But inside, the feeling was all national. There were only national feelings. The word is sub-regionalism, regionalism, sub-regionalism. Even though I'm coming here again, I was moved from the bottom of my heart to establish the Janasena party. In such a context, Telangana means Lokesh Garu here, Nadala Manohar Garu, the Honorable Minister. Both my fellow ministers were born and raised in Telangana. Inside them they came to Andhra, but they cannot take Telangana out of their hearts. There may be many members like this here. For example, my father used to work in the law. So how did Puchalapalli Sundara Garu work? For the Telangana movement, we used to hear all these stories when we were... So we never thought that Telangana was separate and Andhra was separate. We never thought about what should have happened naturally after the separation, Mr. Speaker. What should the then Congress government have done? So much damage is being done, so many crores of people are being separated. It's a kind of partition. When such a partition was happening, how should the then central government, the Congress-led UPA central government, the way it was divided, have thought about it? Similarly, Manohar Garu was in the House that day. He was the Speaker, was in the Speaker's position, and under his leadership, the entire bill was also passed by the House while rejecting the AP. Reorganization Bill 2013 resolved that the Honorable President of India should introduce the Reorganization Bill 2013 for reintroducing in the Parliament as a bill to affect the state of Andhra Pradesh without any reason, on any basis, and with regard to the linguistic and cultural harmony and economic and administrative viability of the region. The bill completely ignores the very basis of formation of the states of Andhra Pradesh, the first linguistic state created in independent India, especially. If you look at the linguistic and cultural, and Lokesh was talking about homogeneity and economic and administrative viability, he should have shown photos that there were no offices. When I came to meet the Chief Minister, he saw his office. He was sitting in the engineering office and he was quite an optimist. So he was a very strong optimist, so he said that we will take it forward in 10 days. The intention is that in such a situation, it should be brought to the attention of the people. In fact, since the states are language-based, what would have happened if it had not been done by Pati Sri Ramulu? This is very important for all of us. The people who need to know the president need to know. If Andhra Pradesh had not been formed, Telangana would not have been a Telugu state on the basis of language. Nanded, Parbhani, Vidin, Maharashtra, present day, Sambhajinagar, Aurangabad, Osmanabad district. Some parts of Gulbarga, Bidar, Raichur in Karnataka were included. In 1956, Kerala was formed on the same language. That is, from the Madras Presidency, Malappa district, Kasar, Kerala, Kahadu, Cochin, Kerala was formed again. Similarly, today we say that Mysore, its state, Bellary, Kollegal Taluka, South Canada, together with Kannada-speaking people, formed Karnataka state. Bombay province, Maharashtra, Gujarat were separated as separate states. Later, after all of Punjab and Haryana were formed as linguistic states with the sacrificial pass of our Andhra Pradesh. We need a state again. You'll be, if we want this today, even after 70 years without a capital, almost 8 or 70 years, even after 6 decades, we are still a state without proper facilities, a state without administrative facilities, a state without a high court, a state without a strong high court. And we are a state without a strong high court, and we are still. This is really very distressing, very painful. It seems that the situation would have been different if the original linguistic states had not been formed and all our states had changed their geographies across the country and we were still fighting here and there. We did not have one capital and there was no other. All these are the things that I think about in 2014. Why did I unconditionally and without any conditions sit down and support the leadership of Chandrababu Naidu and Telugu Desam? This is the love for my country, the respect for my Andhra Pradesh. This is because a person like him, a person with 4 decades of experience, a leader like and Andhra Pradesh would have been very good. They decided that Amaravati should be the capital. At that time, we saw so many conflicts over ring roads. There are many conflicts anywhere, including land acquisition. When something like that was taking over 33,000 acres, 80-90% of it went very smoothly. I was there in those days. When some situations came up, for example, near Uddanarayan, Uddanarayan, many farmers belonging to the Dalit castes came to my attention and said, we've also attached ourselves here. Give us a little more salary, a little more compensation, that is. When it was brought to their attention that day, justice was done to them too. After doing all this, in a situation where we were moving forward, somewhere after the government changed, how much did they attack it? It is because of those shortcomings. Because of these shortcomings, they definitely made a lot of mistakes. When land is taken, some problems arise. There are people with presidential ambitions. They do not give 100% of the land happily, but the majority of people gave it willingly. Everyone is like me. How did I come to our politics? We have lost our presence. Andhra Pradesh has no presence. There is no political capital. If I talk to all the farmers of Amaravati district, it is very important to women. Most of them are expressing their will. Here we have lost land. We have lost either. We will give it to them. Many of them, as in Dhaka. I shall have said there will be conflicts if we want to take land. When we take more than 30,000 acres, there is no problem. Anywhere, no conflict, only through amicable discussions. Those discussions also went very positively under the leadership of Honorable Minister Narayana. Whatever the circumstances, the government could not come between 1924. In 1924, the government could not come. Since coming, there have been many conflicts that have hurt you, such as women who do not come out of the house, those who think about coming out, such who think about coming out, such women who do not know, except their physical labor, who do not know anything except their physical labor. If they all could give them their desired fields, there would be no capital here today, there would be no capital here. This is what the previous YSRCP government did. The scenes that explain this to me are how the women came to the Janasena party office and how the police beat them. The president also brought to the attention of our Janasena party office how many kinds of difficulties we are facing. What are they doing to us? The president told her that if you look at her here, you will see how the police beat her. She cries, "I have never come out of the house. If you give me my children for the future, look how badly they beat me. We cannot tell you. We made them sit and beat them. We cannot tell you where they beat us." Yeah. She says, very heartbreakingly, this is a farmer who worked so hard. Why didn't he give us compensation? If you continue to join Amaravati, he attacked him and repeatedly beat him. If the president sees this, this is what is happening here. Here. If I go to support them, the president will put thorns on the entire area and make them sit with the police. The Amaravati that you see today is not the area you see today. There was a war atmosphere. There was a chaotic atmosphere. As Lokesh says, when there is a situation where people are attacking in the legislature and there is no protection for the legislators outside. When Chandrababu, the leader of the opposition, has no protection, you can imagine what protection the average farmer will have. We sat down and the president came out, put up a whole bunch of thorns, made us sit here and said, if you sit for 15 minutes, we will leave. He got fed up with me and started arguing with me and said, if you leave, or else we'll go ahead and tear you apart from the fences. Then he went to the middle of those fields and sat down and argued with me, and the police came. The pain they all shared. The president's cries, the president's guilt, all this caused a lot of grief. Well, this boy especially cannot speak, President, this boy. How he suffered, but this boy, all of them belong to the Dalit caste. President, this boy cannot even speak. Veda cries, not knowing what to say. There was no language for that feeling, that cry, that pain. There's no language for that feeling. Along with those gestures, that stone came and spoke with a mute voice. My heart melted. The farmers all came to us and repeatedly asked us to help them. You have to stand up. I then brought all this to the attention of the central leadership of the Bharatiya Janata Party, which was in the alliance. And on that day, we took a very strong decision from the Janasena Party. Andhra Pradesh had only one capital, which would be Amaravati. We took it very clearly, and we took it very strongly, and then strongly. After taking it, the president said that we have 3 capitals from there, but they are not solving the problem. They are making it complicated. All of them, especially the alliance, made it a point that Andhra Pradesh will have one capital. We will take it forward with the same commitment. The president said that the people understood it wholeheartedly. And the NDA family of 164 members won this. Today we have taken a strong step in that promise. The president, the promise given in the legislature is not just a simple promise. It is not like that. We gave it in the legislature. It is a commitment. It means a promise. The president said that we have given something. It is not like that. We use the word promise. The promise means that even if we face difficulties and losses, what transforms a promise into a reality. This is what is said. Where there is a commitment, there is consistency. That is why we, the NDA family government under the leadership of Chandrababu Naidu, are committed to making sure that this is only going to the capital of the state of Andhra Pradesh. It is It is a commitment. This is our word. This is the word that we give in our legislatures. I will remind you of Patel's words. When we put all our small kingdoms and princely states together into an Indian, we will give them privy purses. We will give them to everyone. After 2 days, he said, why should we give them royal rations? If we do not take forward the word that we gave in the legislature, there will be no trust in these legislatures. Even after removing the royal rations, he said that he understood that he was in the mindset of removing the royal rations. In that context, if we think that he understood, we should make this a commitment. The locals have sense that everyone has the same fear that if they come again tomorrow morning, what will they do? Rocco will not do anything for every investor, to every farmer who gave land to others from the farmer who gave a cent of land. To our Lakshmi Metal Garu who gave lakhs of crores, everyone asks the need. Why should we commit ourselves? We'll give this community for the Kuttu. 5 crore people of Andhra Pradesh, through that will stabilize our country, Bharat. If we do not stand up for this, we may all have some differences in the issues we have heard, may have differences of opinion, may have come. I do not know. It has not come yet. I'm happy. I wish that route has not come either, definitely. But in any case, in the future, we should all be committed to the Amaravati farmers on the same word. We should stand up. This is my commitment. This is what our commitment is. From Janasena Party to our trusted Honorable son, Garu Srinara Chandra Babu Naidu Garu. Abhigamitu Garu. We will not change our word. We will take this forward. We are tired of how much money we have invested in this, how much money we will get from 1953 till today. Some people have said, come here. Others have said, no, don't do this. And again, go here, go here. On whose sacrifices did everyone get linguistically oriented states? Andhra Pradesh, which started with linguistically oriented states, is still being beaten and beaten today. We still have to go to the central government and ask for it. Give us these. Give us offices, the offices that you mentioned in the schedules that has not come, and our voice is very strong to ask. The attitude of sub-regionalism should be removed. We have Uttarandhra, Rayalaseema, Rautrandhra, Godavari districts, all of them together. Are they North Andhra? We all speak Telugu. We are not Telugu. The real pain from the mindset that we spoke about is the unity of the Telugu nation, is that we had to confine ourselves to Andhra. In the sense of, it's fine, there's a Telugu nation. But in our hearts, okay, we are Andhra. In reality, okay, let us accept Andhra. Again, in this too, you are saying that Lokesh Garu would say, does your Uttarandhra not need it? That is, if we also create a sub-region for ourselves, then no one else will take this state. If we cannot save it, we have so many people, all of you are educated, have excellent experience. You too can sit down and take this to the people and say strongly, this is all one people, one land, one state, one language, one race. Will the victory be? Remember that our weakness is the victory of those who are weak. What can we think of our weakness? Our disunity. They will come tomorrow morning. When will they come? I am telling you. If there is disunity within us, if there's a lack of understanding us, they will not have that strength. When that situation does not arise in us, such situations will never arise. Stability for this. A generation of stability should be given. Andhra Pradesh, I'm committing for that. A generation of stability, 25 to 32 years of stability should be given to Andhra Pradesh. This is the president who is here today, who doesn't need money, who has their own work, who has their own life, who has their own business. I have my film acting career. I don't need anyone to do all this. I don't need anyone to benefit from it. But what? My future was stabilized when we returned from Telangana and thought that this has nothing to do with you. We thought that this future, this pain should not happen to anyone else, President. When there is stability, we should not lose stability and become destabilized. Today, with a pain in our hearts, we have given up everything and cursed cursing you girls and children at home. Cursing my wife at home, cursing prostitutes, filing cases against all these people, cases against our party members, attempting in murder cases and all this. But why are we this? We want to make sure that criminalization into politics cannot be tolerated. We will attack you sitting in your legislatures. We will beat your will. That is, we are people who sit and are lustful. What we all have to give is also very strong. We want to give solid stability for Andhra Pradesh so that the investments will come very strong. Anyway, that is what I want to say to the people of Andhra Pradesh in this house through the speaker. I saw only one person from Chandrababu. I came from Chennai somewhere. I came to Hyderabad in the early 90s. When I came in the 90s, I knew about Likwa. Likwa knew while reading books. Founder, President, City State, Singapore. I saw the transformation of Hyderabad firsthand. Whether it was in the Madhapur Hills where we visited or in the hills where we went trekking, it was very surprising that nothing would come, nothing would happen, whether these hills would change their appearance. The roads were wide open as we were watching. There are actually no people on these roads. Why would they think of so many roads? That it is only 4 cars, 10 cars can go, but unfortunately, if he had read everyone's paper as well, then we would have understood that. He is the kind of person who says things like, this is what happened with the World Bank, they did it, would have been easy if they had done it, but this generation will experience its value. A political leader thinks about the next elections. A visionary leader comes and thinks about the generation. It is definitely what Chandrababu, who has that vision, did. Every time Hyderabad airport comes, when will we go between that flyover or... Really, when I say this, Secunderabad has come, Hyderabad has come, Cantonment is more of Secunderabad. Hyderabad is old Nizam, but Cyberabad is one man's creation. If we accept it, many of us may like it or not, but if we accept the reality, because he sat down and designed it, he made a concept that made it difficult for so many people. After rolling it once, he took it forward. And worry, who can put it first? Who can put it? I can do it at most. Who can put it first? That credit goes to the brave CM Sri Chandrababu. Analyze your vision. My commitment to you is that we will stand in fear. There, if we are so committed to Hyderabad, that investments are coming today, who is talking to our Home Minister Amit Shah? But I went to Delhi. Attracted more investments than any other state in the country. Even if you don't see the results of this now, you will get a very wonderful state in the future. We all sincerely congratulated them today. As soon as the coalition government came to power, we will restart the capital construction process by keeping the promise given to the farmers of Amaravati. On 25th May, under the leadership of the Honorable Chief Minister Sri Chandrababu Naidu, the reconstruction work was started by the hands of the Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi. We will accelerate the development of infrastructure. We have collected 15,000 crores from the World Bank ADB, 11,000 crores from HUDCO, and 7,000 crores from NABARD, and started the work. Investments have started coming to the capital. 15 national banks have started setting up their offices at the same time. Another 28,000 crores of investment has come in. Amaravati is not an ordinary capital, it is a public capital, a capital that has emerged as a world power. Amaravati is the permanent capital of the state of Andhra Pradesh. To this extent, the government has entered the assembly as a witness. On behalf of the Janasena party, we express our full support to the resolution introduced by Sri Nara Chandrababu Naidu. Jai Our heartfelt greetings to the Speaker, the Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Nara Chandrababu Naidu, the Honorable Associate Ministers, the Honorable Members of the Legislative Assembly, and the people of the state of Andhra Pradesh. Before we wholeheartedly support this resolution for a separate state capital, we would like to take a moment to look back and see what happened. The President's Linguistic Initiative. States were formed in India. That is, its roots began on October 19, 1952, the sacrifice of Police Day hunger strike at the age of 51 led to the formation of Andhra Pradesh, and many linguistic states were formed on its basis. Sister Jizz, is that since the state was formed in December, since Kurnool was made the capital on October 1st, 1953, we are still talking about the capital. Vian's member, the capital. Should we stay here or there? Political stability is very important for the people. I am not going to come to Hyderabad. We used to live in Chennai. The film industry was there. What we all believed was that this is our month, our Telugu state, our Andhra state, our own house is there for our grandfather. Everyone has their own house. From there, we all left, sold it, and came to Hyderabad. There may be any. Is there any reason, but it's not your town, not your state, you have to leave here. If you want to leave politically, there is only a fight between politicians. There is a fight between legislators. It means that people see it differently, but its result has affected every average Andhra citizen. What I think is that, especially since childhood, we all love the country. We have grown up with feelings in language, caste, religion, all this. We think that we were born here. But the feeling inside was all national. There were only national feelings. That is the word regionalist, sub-regionalism, regionalism, sub-regionalism, sub-regionalism. So when I came here again, I was moved and sat in front of founded the Janasena party. In such a situation, Telangana means Lukaru, who is here. Dadila Manohar Garu, the honorable ministers. My fellow ministers, both of them were born and brought up in Telangana. They came to Andhra inside, but they could not take Telangana from their hearts. There may be many members like this. Here I am an example, because my father used to work in Hapuchalapalli Sundaraya Garu. Working for the Telangana movement, we used to hear all these stories when we were children. So there's never a feeling that Telangana was separate and Andhra was separate. There was no Telugu land. What could not happen naturally after you were separated, presidents? What should the Congress government have done then? So much damage is being done. So many crores of people are being separated. It's a kind of partition. How should the then central government, led by Congress, have thought about such a division? The UPA government divided. The central government is what? as well as the Manohar Garu introduced House on that day in his place as the Speaker and under his leadership rejecting the AP Reorganization Bill 2013. The President of India has said that the bill should not be passed for introduction in Parliament as a bill to abolish the state of Andhra Pradesh without any reason in view and without any reason in view of the living and cultural hominess and economic and administrative capacity of the states of Andhra Pradesh, first state, independent India. If you look at especially the utter disregard to the linguistic and cultural homogeneity and economic and administrative viability. When Lokesh said that there were no offices at all, I saw the photos when I came to meet the Chief Minister. He had a way of sitting in the engineering office, and since he is a quiet optimist, since he is a very strong optimist, he is taking it forward even if we put up a tent. Let's do it, let's do development. In such a situation, this should also be brought to the attention of the people once. What would have happened if the original linguistic states had not been done by Parisroga Pamulu? This is very, very necessary for all of us, President. Everyone needs to know. If Andhra Pradesh state had not been formed, Telangana would have been a complete Telugu state in Maharashtra on the basis of language including Nanded, Parbhani, Bid, Aurangabad, Osmanabad districts of Maharashtra, which are now some Bhajinagar and some parts of Gulbarga, Bidar and Raichur in Karnataka. In 1956, Kerala was formed on the same that it is from the Madras Presidency, Malabar District, Kasaragod, Travancore, and Kochi. The state of Kerala was formed again. Similarly, today we say that Mysore, its state Bellary, Kaligal Taluka, South Canada and Kannada speaking people together formed the state of Karnataka. Bombay Province, Maharashtra and Gujarat were separated as separate states. Later, Punjab and Haryana were formed as linguistic states after Andhra Pradesh was torn apart and formed with sacrifice. We need a state again if we want this today. We have been without capital for 70 years, almost 68, 70 years. Even after 6 decades, we are still a state without proper facilities, a state without admin facilities, a state without a high court, a state without a strong high court, and we are still struggling. This is really very sad, very painful. Sometimes it seems that if the linguistic states had not been formed, the situation would have been different. We have changed the geography of all our states, the entire country, and we are still struggling here and there. There is no capital, there is nothing else. All these are the reasons why I sat down in 2014, Chandrababu Naidu's leadership. In Telugu Desamu, conditionally, in without any conditions, and with the South. This is because of my love for my country and respect for the land of Andhra. This is because a person like him is a leader. Is a leader with 4 decades of experience. Andhra Pradesh would be very good if a person like him were in the hands of a person like him. He decided that Amaravati should be. At that time, we saw so many conflicts over ring roads. There are many conflicts anywhere, such as land acquisition. When 33,000 acres were acquired, 80 to 90% of it went very smoothly. I was there in those days. There were some situations when, for example, many Dalit farmers came to my attention near Palam and said, Uddanarayani Palam, Uddanarayani Palam. We have also stuck to us here. Give us a little more salary, a little more compensation, that is. When it was brought to their attention that day, they also did justice. After doing all this, in the situation where the government changed in 1924, after the government changed, how much they actually built a faction on it. That is, in these shortcomings, they made a lot of allegations on it. Certainly when land is taken, some problems arise. There are those who are of presidential age. They do not give 100% happily, but the majority of people gave it willingly. Everyone is like me. How did I come? We have lost our presence in our politics. Andhra Pradesh has no presence, no political capital. It is very important. If I talk to all the farmers of Amaravati district, most of the people said we want it. We are giving it. We have lost land here. We have lost Hyderabad. We will give it. And many of them happily gave it. As in Dr. Kasaba said, there will be. If you want to take land, when taking more than 33,000 acres without any difficulty, without conflicts, through only amicable discussions, that is, only conflict. What were those discussions about? How much compensation do we have? What kind of sit down because of that? Because of that, it went very positively under the leadership of our Honorable Minister Narayana. Whatever the circumstances, the government could not come between 19 and 24 with the government that the family was in on that day. Since then, what kinds of conflicts have there been? How painful are the things that make you think? Women who do not come out of the house should actually think about coming out. These are all people who know nothing but hard work and physical labor on their own. If you give them fields as you wish today, there is no capital here, there will be no capital here. The previous YSRCP government did this. How the women and children came to the Janasena party office and beat me, how the police beat me. These are the scenes that explain to me the president. Also, how they came in, how many kinds of hardships we are facing, what they are doing to us. The president brought to the attention of us. If you see her here, if you see how the police beat her, she cries, I will never be able to come out of the house. If you give me my children for the future, we can't tell you. We can't tell you where they beat me, she says very heartbreakingly. Very heartbreakingly. This is a farmer who has worked hard. Why did you continue to talk about Amaravati saying, well, he didn't give us compensation? I will show him how he attacked and beat him repeatedly. If you see this girl is playing here. If I went to support them, the entire presidency would have been barricaded and made to sit with the police. The Amaravati youth today is not the area you see today. There was a war atmosphere, a chaotic atmosphere. As Lokesh says, when there was a situation where people were attacking in the legislature itself, and when even the legislators outside had no protection, when even Chandrababu, who is the leader of the opposition, had no protection, you can imagine what protection the average farmer would have. We would have sat down and come out, President, if you put all these thorns on us and made us sit here, and if you sit for 15 minutes and leave, and if you get fed up with me and start a fight and say, leave us alone, or we will go ahead and tear you apart, and if you leave from the middle of those fields, and then make us sit and fight, and if the police go, the pain, they all said, President. Their cries, President. Too bad. These farmers shed so many tears, all this is heartbreaking. This boy especially can't even speak, President. The boy should also tell how he suffered. This boy, all of them belong to the Dalit castes, President. This boy can't even speak. He cries. He doesn't know what to say. There is no language. There is no language for that feeling, that crying, that agony. My heart melted when he spoke with those gestures, that mute voice that came from that stone. All the farmers come and help us repeatedly. You have to stand up. I then brought all this to the attention of the central leadership of the Bharatiya Janata Party in the alliance. And on that day, we took a very strong decision from the Janasena Party. Andhra Pradesh had only one capital, and that would be Amaravati. We took that very clearly. We took it very strongly, Mr. President. After thinking this, we had three capitals from there instead of solving the problem. They are complicating it. They have made it complicated. We have made a special commitment to the alliance that Andhra Pradesh will have one single capital and we will take it forward. Mr. President, we came with that commitment. The people understood it. The NDA family with 164 members wholeheartedly made it win. Today, Mr. President, we have taken a step, a strong step, a footprint in keeping that promise. This is given in the legislature. It is not just a broken, simple promise. We are giving something, we will do it. Did we give it in the legislature? It's a commitment. President, it's not a word that we have given something. We use the word promise. A promise means that we will do it, even if we face hardships. Commitment is what transforms a promise into a reality. This is what is called a byline. Where there is commitment, there is consistency. That is why today, under the leadership of Chandrababu Naidu, the NE family government, we are committed. We will make sure this is only going to be the capital of the state of Andhra Pradesh. It's the word. Because our intention is very, very clear. Not a simple one, it's a commitment. This is our word. This is the word we give in our legislatures. Once again, we will remind you of Patel's words. When all our 600 small kingdoms and princely states are put together and put into the Indian Union, after saying we will give privy councils, we will give them to everyone, we will give royal retinue, and then he said, after 2 days, why should we give royal retinue then if we do not carry forward the promise we gave in the legislature? There will be no trust in these legislatures. He said that even before the king was removed, he said that. I think he understood that they'd remove the royal retinue, the mindset the president said in that context. That is how we should make this commitment. Loka says that everyone has the same fear. What will they do if they come again? Tomorrow morning. What can do? What will they not do? What can they do for others? Every investor, every farmer who gave land is a cent of land. From the farmer who gave it to our Lakshmi Metal Guru, who gave lakhs of crores. What will everyone ask? They need. We have to commit ourselves. We'll give worthiness for the 5 crore people of Andhra Pradesh through that which stabilizes our country, Bharat. If we do not stand for this, we may all have some differences in different issues. We may have differences of opinion. We may have differences of opinion on how to do the policy. We may have differences of opinion. I do not know if they will come or not. I wish that till now there will be no Rayala Santosham Rao. Definitely. But in any case, in the future, we should all be committed to the farmers of Amaravati on the same word. We should stand. This is my commitment. This is what our commitment is from Janasena Party to our trusted Honorable CM Shri Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu. Wholehearted commitment. We will not change this word. We will take it forward. We are even more tired of how much money we have invested in this, how much money we are getting. From 1953 till today, they have said, let's go here and there, let's go here and there, let's go here. And Andhra Pradesh, which started with a language initiative, has a lot of sacrifices, but today we are still struggling. We have to go to the central government and ask for help. Give us these, give us offices. Otherwise, the offices that you mentioned, and the schedules have not come yet, but what should come has not come yet. Our voice must be very strong to ask. We need to remove the attitude of sub-regionalism. We have to say, you are Uttarandhra, you are Rayalaseema, Uttarandhra, Godavari district, all of them are not Andhra. We all speak Telugu and are not Telugu. We have to be confined to Andhra. The real pain is that we have to confine ourselves to Andhra because of the mindset. We used to talk about the unity of the Telugu nation. Fine. In the mind, there is Telugu race. But in the heart, it is, okay, we are in reality. Andhra, okay, let's accept Andhra. Again, this too you are saying, if Lokesh Guru says, doesn't your Uttarandhra need it? That is, if we also have sub-regions, no one else has saved this state. That is, if there are so many of us, all of you are educated, what is wonderful, those with that. Experience, you too, you sit down and take this to the people strongly, and if we do not say strongly and firmly that all this is one land, one state, one language, one race, where will the victory be? That is our weakness. Is their victory? Remember that? Our weakness, our disunity. What should we think about them? They will come tomorrow morning, that is. When will they come, I am saying? If there is disunity within us, if there is a lack of understanding within us, they don't have that strength. When that situation doesn't come to us, such situations will never arise. Stability, a generation of stability should be given to our Andhra Pradesh. I am committing for that. A generation of stability of 25 to 32 years of stability needs to be given to Andhra Pradesh. This is the president who is here today, who doesn't need money, who has their own work, who has their own life, who has their own business. I have my film acting career. I don't need to do all this. I don't need anyone to benefit from it. But once my future was stabilized, when we returned from Telangana and thought that this has nothing to do with you, we thought that this future, this pain should not happen to anyone else, President. When there is stability, there is no need to lose stability to be destabilized. And today, with the pain that we should not lose it, we should give up everything, swear at home, at the girls, at my wife, at the prostitutes. File cases against all these people. We have cases against party members, and we have attempted murder cases, members. And we have attempted murder cases. But why are we doing this? We want to make sure criminalization into politics cannot be tolerated, will never be tolerated. We will attack you sitting in your legislative assemblies, we will beat you at will, but we are not people who will sit in the past. What we all have to give is also very strong. We want to give solid stability for Andhra Pradesh so that the investments will come very strongly. That is what I want to say to the people of Andhra Pradesh in this house, to the speaker. I saw only one person at Chandrababu Naidu's place. President, I came from Chennai somewhere. I came to Hyderabad in the early 90s. When I came in the 90s, I knew about Lee Kuan Yew while reading books, founder president, city, state. I saw the transformation of Hyderabad firsthand. Whether it was in the Marpur Hills where we visited, or in the hills where we went trekking, nothing really came, nothing happened. It was very surprising that these hills would change their appearance while we were watching. The roads were wide open. There are actually no people on these. Why would they think of so many roads? That is, 10 cars can go instead of 4 cars. But his pity. If you all read the papers well, then what do we understand? Everyone used to say, this is what they did, inclusion with the World Bank. It would be easy to say that, but this generation will experience it. A political leader always thinks about the next elections. A visionary leader thinks about the next generation. But Chandrababu is in that vision. Oh, definitely did it. Even before, every time Hyderabad airport was built, whenever we had to go through that flyover, when I was really saying this, Secunderabad came, Hyderabad came, Hyderabad. Cantonment is more of Secunderabad. Hyderabad is old Nizam. But Cyberabad, if we accept that, many of us may like it or not, but we have accepted a reality and moved on. Because he designed it sitting down, After making a concept having so many difficulties with it, having everyone's words and rolling it once, taking it forward, who can take it forward first? Who can overcome all the difficulties and have everyone's words? That credit goes to the brave Mr. Chandrababu. Wholeheartedly acknowledge your efforts. Wholeheartedly acknowledge the vision. My commitment to you is that which we will stand by. How committed you are to Hyderabad if investments are coming today? Talk to our Amit Shah Garu. Who? Our Home Minister will talk to Amit Shah Garu. When I went to Delhi the other day. Attracts a lot of investments, more than any state in the country. The results of this are not visible now. But in the future, you will have a very wonderful sanctum. We all congratulate them wholeheartedly. Similarly, as soon as the coalition government came to power, the capital construction process was restarted, keeping the promise given to the farmers of Amaravati. On 20th May, under the leadership of the Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Chandrababu Naidu, the reconstruction work was started by the hands of the Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi. We will accelerate the development of infrastructure. We have collected 15,000 crores from the World Bank ADB, 11,000 crores from HUDCO, and 7,187 crores from NABARD and started the work. Investments have started coming to the capital. 15 national banks have started setting up their offices. At the same time, another 28,000 crores of investments have been made. Amaravati is not an ordinary capital. It is a public capital. It is a capital that has emerged as a world power. Amaravati is the permanent capital of the state of Andhra Pradesh. To this extent, as a witness to the assembly, the government has entered the state. On behalf of the Janasena party, we express our full support, mind, voice, and karma to the resolution introduced by Chandrababu Naidu.
அண்ணே முடக்குறிச்சி வந்து எப்போ பண்ணீங்க? முடக்குறிச்சி நம்ம ஆஃபீஸ் டேட்டா 4 ஆனால் நீங்கள் ரெடினா ஆரம்பிக்கலாம். சென்டர் அண்ணா இல்லை எப்படி வரணுமா? அப்படியே கூட அண்ணா நீங்கள் ஆரம்பிக்கலானே. அண்ணா பத்திரிகை நண்பர்களுக்கு எங்களுடைய வணக்கங்கண்ணா. இன்றிலிருந்து நம்ம தேர்தல் முடியும் வரை பாரதிய ஜனதா கட்சி சார்பாக தினமும் நான் ஏதோ ஒரு இடத்துல பத்திரிகையாளர் சந்திப்பு முறையாக அமர்ந்து இந்த சந்திப்பை நம்ம நடத்துவோங்கன்னா தமிழ்நாட்டில் எங்கே இருக்கிறோமோ அங்கே. ஏன்னா நம்முடைய தலைவர்கள்லாம் வேட்பாளராக எல்லாருமே பிஸியாக இருக்கிறாங்க. அதே போல் திரு பியூஷ் கோயல் அவர்களும் எங்கே அவைலபிளாக இருக்கிறாங்களோ தினமும் அவங்களும் ஒரு பத்திரிகையாளர் சந்திப்பு நடத்துவாங்க. காரணம் வந்து நிறைய நம்முடைய முதலமைச்சர் அவர்கள், உதயநிதி ஸ்டாலின் அவர்கள், அக்கா கனிமொழி அவர்கள் நிறையா பேசுகிறாங்க. நிறையா சரியான தகவல்களை கூட தரவுகள் இல்லாமல் மக்கள் மன்றத்தில் பேசுகிறாங்க. அதையெல்லாம் கூட தினமும் மக்கள் மன்றத்தில் உண்மையை சொல்லணும். ஏன்னா வாக்கு செலுத்தக்கூடிய தமிழக மக்கள் ஒரு இன்ஃபார்ம்டு சாய்ஸ் யோசித்து வாக்களிக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கான முயற்சி. இன்று பாரதிய ஜனதா கட்சியினுடைய எல்லா வேட்பாளர்களும் மொத்தம் 27 இடத்துல பாரதிய ஜனதா கட்சி போட்டியிடுதுங்க. 26 வேட்பாளர்கள் இன்னைக்கு வேட்புமனு தாக்கல் பண்ணியிருக்கிறாங்க. ஒரு பாரதிய ஜனதா கட்சியினுடைய வேட்பாளர் ஏப்ரல் 4ஆம் தேதி தாக்கல் பண்ணியிருக்கிறாங்க. மொத்தமாக மாநில தலைவர் அண்ணன் நயினார் நாகேந்திரன் அவர்கள், அக்கா திருமதி வானதி ஸ்ரீனிவாசன் அவர்கள், மயிலாப்பூரில் தமிழிசை சவுந்தரராஜன் அக்கா அவர்கள் உள்ளிட்ட நம்முடைய மூத்த தலைவர்கள் எல்லோரும் வெற்றிகரமாக வேட்புமனுவை தாக்கல் செஞ்சிருக்கிறாங்க. அது மட்டும் இல்லை, இன்னைக்கு நம்ம இந்தியாவிலிருந்து பாரதிய ஜனதா கட்சியினுடைய மூத்த தலைவர்களும் இந்த வேட்புமனு தாக்கலின் போது கூட பங்கெடுத்திருக்கின்றார்கள். கோயம்புத்தூரில் ராஜஸ்தான் மாநிலத்தினுடைய முதலமைச்சர் கோயம்புத்தூரில் அக்கா வானதி ஸ்ரீனிவாசன் அவர்களோடு பங்கெடுத்திருந்தார்கள். தேவேந்திர ஃபட்னவிஸ் அவர்களும் தமிழகத்தில் இன்னைக்கு மதுரை அந்த பகுதியில் அவங்களும் பங்கெடுத்தாங்க. மூத்த அமைச்சராக இருக்கக்கூடிய பியூஷ் கோயல் அவர்கள் பங்கெடுத்திருந்தார்கள். திரு சுரேஷ் கோபி அவர்களும் தமிழகத்தில் சதன் பாட்டில் அவங்களும் பங்கெடுத்திருந்தார்கள். ஸோ நல்ல உற்சாகத்தோடு மக்களுடைய ஆசீர்வாதத்தோடு பாரதிய ஜனதா கட்சியினுடைய தலைவர்கள் வேட்புமனு அளித்திருக்கின்றார்கள். நிச்சயமாக ஒரு பெரிய மாற்றம் இந்த முறை வரும். அனைத்து இந்திய அண்ணா திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகம் தலைமையிலான தேசிய ஜனநாயக கூட்டணி 210 இடங்களை தாண்டி 234 ஆட்சி அமைப்போம் என்கின்ற முழு நம்பிக்கை எங்களுக்கு இருக்கு. அதே நேரத்தில் கடந்த 3-4 நாட்களில் முதலமைச்சர் அவர்கள் கோயம்புத்தூர் வந்திருந்தாங்க, வேற இடத்துக்கு வந்திருந்தாங்க, நிறைய கேள்விகள் வைத்திருந்தாங்க. அதற்கான பதிலை சொல்ல வேண்டிய கட்டாயம் இப்போ எங்களுக்கு இருக்கு. முதலமைச்சர் அவர்கள் தொடர்ந்து பேசுவது இந்த FCRA அமெண்ட்மெண்ட் பில்லை பற்றி பேசுகிறாங்க. இன்னைக்கு அது பாராளுமன்றத்தில் நடைமுறையில் இல்லை என்றாலும் கூட இன்னைக்கு நம்முடைய அரசு அந்த டிஸ்கஷன் நம்ம வாபஸ் வாங்கியிருக்கிறோம். ஆனால் கேரளாவிலிருந்து வேறு பகுதியிலிருந்து இந்த பாரதிய ஜனதா கட்சி கூட கேட்டிருந்தாங்க. நிறைய எதிர்க்கட்சி இன்னைக்கு நிறைய பொய் பேசுகிறாங்க சம்பந்தமாக. அது தமிழக மக்களுக்கு தெரியும். இன்னைக்கு FCRA என்பதே கொண்டு வரப்பட்டதே காங்கிரஸ் ஆட்சியில். FCRA என்பது ஃபாரின் கான்ட்ரிபியூஷன் ரெகுலேஷன் ஆக்ட். வெளியிருந்து யாராவது பணம் கொடுக்குறாங்கன்னா, அது எங்க இருக்கக்கூடிய NGO அந்த பணத்தை வாங்குறாங்கன்னா அது முறையான முறையில் வாங்கணும் என்பதற்காக திருமதி இந்திரா காந்தி அவர்கள் எமர்ஜென்சி சமயத்தில்